He was not highly recruited out of New Orleans in high school, out of the Manning's high school, Isidore Newman. Even Tulsa offered Odell a scholarship out of high school. I mean, Tulsa, the king of Tulsa, Odell? I don't think so. But just up the road in Baton Rouge at LSU, Odell did explode onto the SEC scene as a receiver and especially as a kick returner, a take-it-to-the-house kick returner. His genetics are strong. His father, Odell Sr., played running back at LSU, while Odell's mother ran track at LSU and was a member of 3 national championship relay teams. She was training for the Olympic trials when she found out she was pregnant with Odell, and she later coached track. So just from an athletic standpoint, obviously, Odell was pretty blessed to have that mother and that father. By the way, he was also blessed to have his father's name, to be his namesake, to inherit that name, Odell. That's a one-word name, a one-name name for a superstar athlete. It's such a great, memorable name that fits him even better than OBJ to me, as in Odell Beckham Jr. I love the name Odell. You just hear that name, Odell, and it immediately has the ring of super cool, of star power, of aura, of mystique. Yep, Odell was blessed to have that name. And Odell took what he was born with from his mother and his father, and he worked hard. Always had a reputation for putting in that work. He turned that talent into something pretty special at LSU. He did come out a year early, and at 5 feet 11 inches tall by 198 pounds. Good size, but not huge size. He did run a 4.43 40, not blazing fast, but fast enough, and Odell could definitely make you miss. Extremely athletic, very good high school basketball player, very good youth soccer player, very good. I think he could have been a star in soccer. Had home run power in baseball. And so he was the 3rd wide receiver you might remember taken in that 2014 draft. Sammy Watkins went, I thought, too high to Buffalo at number 4. Mike Evans did go 7th to Tampa. That was a very good pick. Mike Evans has had a better, healthier, more dependable on and off the field career than Odell has. At least that's my opinion. And by the way, one pick after Odell went 12th to the Giants, Aaron Donald went to the then St. Louis Rams. Well, would the Giants like to have a do-over on that Odell pick, I'm guessing. But Odell was blessed again. What if it had been Buffalo? What if Buffalo had taken Odell at 4th overall? Would he have been nearly the social media dynamo in Buffalo that he became in New York City? No, he would not have. Would Odell have been happy in Buffalo? Sorry, no. Odell was born to play in New York, then in Los Angeles, and I believe in Dallas, the Hollywood of the NFL. Sunday night, November 23rd of Odell's rookie year in New York, Odell took maybe the biggest bite out of the Big Apple that any athlete ever has with just one bite. Early in the second quarter of a solo stage Sunday night game on NBC, Odell Beckham rose up into the night at Giant Stadium, and as you well remember, he one-handed, as he was falling backward, what Chris Collinsworth immediately proclaimed the greatest catch ever. 43 yards from Eli Manning. Odell was even interfered with on that play by Brandon Used Car, as I used to call him, who played for my Dallas Cowboys. That is correct. Blessed again was Odell Beckham Jr. If that play had happened against, I don't know, Jacksonville or Tennessee or name somebody else, that catch would not have detonated nationally anywhere near the magnitude that it detonated on what was really the Cowboys stage on Sunday Night Football while playing in New York for the Giants. It just doesn't get any better than that. Odell shot like a comet across the night sky, yet Odell soon became the NFL's equivalent of a Harlem Globetrotter. To me, he became even bigger than the Meadowlark Lemon that I went out of my way to see every year that he came through Oklahoma City. 2016, third season, Giants broke out, went 11-5, and Odell got to play in his first ever playoff game, this one at Green Bay. So how did he prepare for that game on the frozen tundra in mid-January? Odell decided to convince several of his fellow receivers on the Giants to follow him all the way to South Beach, to Miami, after the final regular season game at Washington, out on a yacht. I think it was owned by Trey Songz, not sure about that. But somehow, magically, mystically, and naturally, a picture of Odell and Trey and others, the other receivers, on said yacht appeared on IG and spread like internet wildfire. Yep, Odell was preparing for that January 8th game on that famed frozen tundra by lounging on a yacht in South Beach. Only Odell. And I'm assuming his followers were in even further awe that he pulled that off. Go, Odell, go. Then came that Sunday in Green Bay. Opening drive. Eli was playoff hot, Eli. 3 for his first 3. 3rd and 5 at the Green Bay 35. Sort of reminiscent of what happened last Sunday when it was 4th and 3, 3rd and 3, and 4th and 3 at the 35 for my Cowboys. But anyway, opening drive, Giants at Green Bay, 3rd and 5 at the 35. To Odell, the pass went, and Odell cold dropped it. Next drive, 1st and 10 down at the Green Bay 28. Nice throw from Eli to Odell on the back line of the end zone. Big drop. Interesting. Giants did go ahead and kick that field goal and take a 3-0 lead, but they lost that game 38-13. Odell had 11 targets in that game and caught only 4 of them for a grand total of 28 yards. From that day on, it was clear that the clock was ticking on Odell in New York with the Giants. You might remember the highly controversial interview that Odell did with Josina Anderson of ESPN at that point. This is October of 2018. My brother Lil Wayne told me that he was told that he was the only one being interviewed that day at a New York restaurant that had been closed down for the afternoon just for this interview. Wayne told me that Odell told Wayne, that he, Odell, agreed to do the interview only because Wayne, his idol, would be there. Obviously, Wayne and Odell, both from New Orleans. I did speak to Josina about it, and she said it was all one big misunderstanding. I don't know exactly what happened and didn't happen. Whatever, Odell appeared to be emboldened by having Wayne sitting beside him. And then Odell made the mistake, at least in Giants fans' eyes, of saying how much he would love to play in Los Angeles. That led to the Paris hotel room incident. You probably remember it. You probably saw the video 37 times. I don't know exactly what was going on. Odell appeared to have a blunt in his hand as he was lounging on the bed. There appeared to be white powder. There appeared to be somebody holding a credit card. It was said there was this 21-year-old quote-unquote model present. I'm not sure. Part of me wondered if Odell actually staged that scene. It felt kind of stagey to me, just to maybe to fuel his street cred a little bit more with his edgy sort of social media magnetism. You know what happened? That video exploded all over the internet. It was no surprise that Cleveland's GM at the time, John Dorsey, who did draft Baker Mayfield #1 overall, wanted to pair Odell and Baker, dual star power, along with obviously Jarvis Landry, who was very close to Odell when they played together at LSU. But on the field for Baker, it was Odell from hell. Baker began forcing the ball to Odell and forcing the ball to Jarvis, and bad went to worst. Odell began running some of his own routes the way he wanted to run them, not the way they were scripted. In millions and millions of eyes, Odell can do no wrong. Odell is godlike. Heck, when he played in New York, his fellow NFL players voted him as high as the 8th best player in all of pro football, the 8th best. Wow. What about Devontae, as in Adams, or Tyreek, as in Hill, Justin, as in Jefferson? What about all those? Nope, sorry. Yet on November 5th of 2021, the Cleveland Browns flat out cut Odell Beckham Jr. Just cold cut him. They tried to trade him. Nobody wanted Odell and that salary and that baggage. Hey, at least Carolina gave a 5th rounder that could become a 4th rounder for Baker Mayfield. But he was a free agent, was Odell, and the Saints, the Packers expressed some interest. And then swooping in at the last second was the Rams. The Rams. How blessed was Odell? Right place, right time. As the Rams were catching fire. He wasn't quite as lucky in the Super Bowl. He did catch 2 early balls. One a 17-yarder for the first score of the game, 7-0 touchdown. But as he was just running a crossing route, no contact. Unfortunately, Odell did rupture that same ACL again. Still not sure how that happened. Still, the Rams won it all. And Odell was suddenly seen as a Super Bowl catalyst. Now, even as he has turned 30 years of age, Odell is seen as a life changer, a difference maker, a final piece to the Super Bowl puzzle. Odell Beckham Jr. is hotter than ever. I don't even know if he can run right now. Nobody knows for sure. I do see the videos. I see the workout videos. You can do magic tricks with video these days, as you well know. I'm not sure how a team can be sure, but everybody wants Odell. I mean, everybody. I can't find anybody who doesn't want Odell. I hope you enjoyed that video. You ready for more? Make sure you click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from the Skip Bayless Show. And don't forget to check out the full episode of the show wherever you get your podcasts by clicking the link in the description.